perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light, I am the love, I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I used to fight between wrong and right, watching my fears taking over my life. But now I know why I'm here. It's perfectly clear. I am the answer. Oh, I am the light, I am the love, I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. Everybody now, I am the light, I am the love, I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. Here we go now. I am the light, I am the love, I am the spirit. I am the spirit. I am the peace that's healing the world. I am the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. I'm the answer. I am the answer. I am the answer. Be the answer. I am the answer.
How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you now. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list, and I will tell you how. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memory, Grateful for my hopes and dreams. Grateful for the blessings I have found. How many ways can I give praises for all the gifts I have? Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for each breath awake. Grateful for each step I take. Grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun. Grateful when the day is done. Grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now.
Where was the summer? Fall and winter came too fast. Somehow I made it. I'm wide awake. It's spring at last. If I could only bring them back, they'd still be moments from the past. It's simply beautiful to walk with open hands. Nothing to hide, nothing to grasp, nothing to break, nothing to last. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile to pass. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home. Some seasons let us be reborn. These deep dark places where we're torn. And when they tell you that your rose still has its thorns, you've nothing to hide, nothing to test. Love brought you here, now you can rest. Every death brings a new life. Every road, every mile. Take off your shoes, don't mind the rules. You're free to be starry-eyed and innocent if you choose. You're finally home.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday Service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. If you would like to learn more about our multi-faith endeavor or support the pod financially, please go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and stay tuned in. After the message, we have stuff to tell you.
Last week we had our first service on fear from our Christian representative, Reverend Dr. Leslie Rust, and musician Michaela Townsend. Today we are going to hear about fear from shaman Jerry Nedesheim, and her musical accompaniment will be Neil McNaughton. Neil McNaughton. Next week will be Swami Shakti Durgaya with a Vedic yoga perspective on fear, and her musical help will be Daniel Capel,
The violin guy.
the singing violinist. So, without further ado, we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, people of Diversity family. Good to see you again. My name is Neil McNaughton, coming to you from Ontario, Canada, and it's good to join you again as your songwriter, your musician of the week. This time around, the theme is fear, so I picked two of my original songs for this. This first one is called What the Alien Feared, and it's about having fears and phobias and feeling alienated from the planet. Now, I put it in the terms of being an alien, but it doesn't have to mean like an actual extraterrestrial. It can just mean that sort of the way fear makes you disconnected. And then the second song is called The World You Have Never Known, and it is similarly about facing fears and about that fear of the unknown, fear of taking that first step into a new world, whether that's a new job or a new community or a new friendship or just a new situation where there's trepidation. And in that second song, there's the added thing of having a guide, a friend to help you through that sort of situation. So those are my two songs. Hope you enjoy. I'm on a mountain, touching the sky. I feel lightheaded, I don't know why. I guess I've got vertigo. I'm in a valley down by a stream. Strange how the water makes me wanna scream. I guess I've got hydrophobia. Is it the whole world gives me shivers? From the highest peaks to the deepest rivers. Keep my eyes closed, don't let me see the ground beneath my toes. Earth overflows. I'm in a coal mine, abandoned for years. The walls closing in turn my eyes into tears. I guess I've got claustrophobia. My mucus runs free. This happens from breathing flowers falling too deep. I guess I've got allergies. Why is it the whole world gives me shivers? From the highest peaks to the deepest rivers. Keep my eyes closed, don't let me see the ground beneath my toes. The earth overflows. guess I should go back home. I don't belong on planet Earth. I should return to outer space. Fare thee well, oh human race. Why is it the whole world gives me shivers? From the highest peaks to the deepest rivers, keep my eyes closed, don't let me see the ground beneath my toes. The earth overflows. Things that are unclear to you, but I am here to help you through. You fear the realms that are beyond your view, but I am here to help you through. Now's the time to open up the doorway and see the world that you have never known. I hope to see you through the night till dawn. You sky. I hope to see you through any rain and thunder till you become the rainbow and fly. Now's the time to spread your wings, take in all you see of the world that you have never known. It's the day to walk right through that doorway and see the world that you have never known. Specks of stardust in the cosmos, but I feel like something more. We are what we allow ourselves to be, but I feel we could be so much more. Now's the time to spread your wings and take in all you see of the world that you have never known. It's the day to walk right never known and see the world that you have never known and see the world that you have never known.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Becky. Thank you so much for giving me another opportunity to speak to everyone today about the subject of fear from a Kero shamanic perspective. I want to welcome everybody, and before we get started, I'd like us to take a couple deep breaths in. So, find your sit bones, get yourself comfortable where you're at, and go ahead and breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting your shoulders drop. Grab a beverage and have a seat. I want to welcome you all in today. And beloveds, today I want to talk to you about fear. Not as a pathology, not as a weakness, but as weather. Because sometimes fear moves through communities the same way that a weather system does. Okay. Sometimes it comes down all of a sudden. Okay. Sometimes it arrives slowly. And sometimes storms hit us so frequently, one after the other, that we can forget what calm actually feels like. And right now we're living in that kind of weather. Okay. And if we're honest, fear is a very easy thing to find. And this is because our world is shifting rapidly. The economies are changing. Technology is changing. Relationships are changing. Our bodies are changing. And because of all this, our roles and how we relate to everything around us is changing as well. And one of the deepest truths about being a human being is most of us don't fear change because we're weak. We fear change because change threatens our identity. Okay? Because we start asking ourselves existential questions like, well, if I no longer do what I used to do, who am I? And if the systems that I trusted no longer function, what do I stand on? And this can make things look so unfamiliar. We begin thinking that if the future looks unfamiliar, then where do I find safety? And from a Kero perspective, this becomes very important because the Kero peoples understand something that modern culture often forgets. Our greatest teacher is Pachamama, Mother Earth, and she teaches us this. She's never static. The earth is never static. Mountains shift, rivers they reroute, the seasons they rotate, animals migrate, and even the stars move through the sky. So nature does not survive through rigidity. Nature survives through relationship. And since we live on Mother Earth, we are intrinsically tied to nature. Therefore, we need to take a look at how we are relating. All right? Because fear often shows up when relationship is lost. Okay? So we want to name the fear pattern. Okay, one of the first things that we need to learn is how to acknowledge the destabilization that we're undergoing without amplifying it. And this matters a lot. It matters deeply. Okay? Because many people today are unconsciously feeding fear while they're trying to protect themselves. Okay? Now, yeah, we live in some dark times, and the Kero teach us not to deny the darkness, but they also teach us to not worship it either. You know, and worship, that's kind of a loaded word, but it means to give reverence to. It means to set it up on high, that it is a priority. So what are we paying attention to? So when someone says, we don't want to bypass, because when somebody says that the world is changing too fast and the future, it feels really uncertain, or I don't recognize things anymore, we don't shame them. We don't shame ourselves. We don't practice spiritual bypass. And we don't pat one another on the shoulder and go, oh, there, pobrecito, everything's going to be all right. Just think positive. That's not what we want to do either. Instead, what we do is we ground. Okay? And we say, yes, the world is shifting. And no, who you are is not lost inside of the shift. That in itself is pretty potent medicine, because fear loves fragmentation. Okay? Fear says you're alone, you're helpless, you're obsolete, you're behind, and you cannot adapt. But Spirit says something different. Spirit says you are alive. And alive things evolve. So one of the most beautiful teachings within Andean spirituality is the understanding of this concept I call Aini. Aini is more than harmony. Okay, it goes deeper than that. It's right relationship. It's not about being nice. It's about right relationship. It's being in right relationship with Pachamama, Mother Earth, being in right relationship with the things that we cannot see, being in right relationship with our communities, being in right relationship with our bodies, and right relationship with ourselves. And in the Kero worldview, we are not meant to dominate life. This apex predator nonsense? Yeah. We move in cycles just like everything else on this planet does. And we were not meant to dominate. We were meant to move with nature. Okay? And this is where fear often gets trapped. Fear says, well, if things change, I'm going to lose control. But the Kero perspective asks a different question. What if adaptation itself is intelligence? See, because we look at the examples set for us, the mountain, it doesn't resist winter. The tree doesn't panic in autumn when its leaves fall off. The river doesn't apologize for starting out as a stream, getting wider or narrower or changing course. See, because movement is not failure. Movement is part of being alive. Okay? And many people right now are grieving identities that we've built inside systems that no longer exist the same way. So we're talking about things like jobs, titles, roles, and expectations. And I know this, not only spiritually, but personally. You know, I'm in a season of my life where Everything, almost everything that was familiar to me got put in a bag, shaken, turned upside down, and everything shifted all at once. Roles changed. Okay. I laid down 40 years of active mothering. That's huge. Financial structures, they changed for me. My body changed. Okay. My hearing changed. And even the way that I move through the world has changed. And if I'm being honest, one of the hardest parts in all of this for me was not the practical adjustments, okay? It was the identity adjustment. Because when you spend years, decades being competent at something in a certain way and being needed in a certain way and moving through the world in a certain way, the change can feel like erasure. And there was a moment where I realized that I could no longer force myself to function the way that I used to. And I remember sitting there thinking, if I can't be who I was before, then exactly who am I now? You know? And that question actually carried a lot of grief inside it. It's not a dramatic grief, but a quiet grief. The kind that shows up when you realize that the version of yourself that you used to be is gone, is ending. But the Kero teachings and moving all of these emotions through the medicine wheel slowly taught me this. It brought me back to the idea that identity is not essence. Okay? That the form has changed, but the soul underneath the form did not disappear. I am still a teacher. I am still intuitive. I am still creative. I am still capable of holding space. I'm still able to guide, and I'm still able to love deeply. Okay? So the way I express all those things have changed, and the packaging has changed. My pace has changed, but the sacred thread, my essence, has remained unchanged. And I think that a lot of us are standing in that exact place right now, trying to understand whether adaptation means betrayal of the self. But Kero understanding reminds us that the river does not betray itself when it changes course. It remains water. And perhaps we do too. So I'd like you to see this truth. Our souls are older than our resumes. Our gifts are more transferable than we think. Now, you might have learned compassion by being a caregiver. You might have learned leadership in being a parent. You may have learned discernment by surviving the things that you survived that keep you alive still. You may have learned, developed skills and creativity dealing with scarcity. You may have also learned problem-solving skills through hardship. Okay, and I need you to understand that these are not small skills. Okay, these are soul technologies, and they can move. They're transferable. And sometimes we dismiss our own gifts because we like to think in superlatives. Okay, we imagine that strength must always look fearless, that leadership must always be charismatic, and that wisdom must always sound profound. And that healing must always appear dramatic. And if we do not embody these things in some amplified or extraordinary way, we assume that we don't possess them at all. And that's tragic, because spirit rarely moves through spectacle. Sometimes resilience looks like getting up out of bed while grieving. Sometimes leadership looks like gently holding your family together. Sometimes adaptability looks like learning a new rhythm after losing a key function. All right? Sometimes courage looks like asking a question instead of pretending that you're certain about something. Okay? Now, the modern world seems to reward performance over presence, but our souls recognize this truth differently. And the Kero understanding teaches us to observe life through relationship, not through exaggeration. Because you see, a small flame still gives light. A small, steady stream still shapes a stone, and a single seed still carries a forest inside of it. So please don't mistake your subtlety for an absence of ability. You do not have to become a superhuman version of yourself in order to survive change. You simply need to remain in right relationship with your own becoming. One of the things that I think that is a great antidote for fear is curiosity. Not forced positivity, not denial, but curiosity, genuine curiosity. Because curiosity creates movement where fear creates freezing, And I want to say something important. Curiosity is not just a personality trait. It is a practice. It is a muscle. It is a skill that you can build. It's something that we can strengthen intentionally, because fear narrows perception. Okay? Curiosity widens it. Fear asks, well, what if everything goes wrong? Curiosity asks, well, what else might be possible? Fear says, I've never done this before. Curiosity says, what could I learn? And spiritually speaking, curiosity keeps the channels wide open. Because when we become overly rigid in our thinking, our energy stagnates. And the Kero understand that energy must move. Even grief must move. Even uncertainty must move. Otherwise, it calcifies into heaviness. And this is why some people cling to ossified thinking. Not because they're foolish, because certainty can feel safer than expansion. Even painful certainty. But life keeps inviting us to move forward anyway. So how do we maintain our center while living in a fearful world? Well, we're certainly not going to do it perfectly. And because things are always moving and there's no stagnation in nature and things move in a cycle, we understand that it's not a permanent situation either, the things that we fear. So we learn how to move rhythmically, okay? Because center is not a place that we can achieve all at once. Being centered is not a one and done thing. It's a relationship that we return to again and again and again. And from a shamanic perspective, centering is less about controlling the outside world and more about remembering that connection to self. So I want to offer you a few practical tools, and these are simple, they are soulful, and they are accessible. Okay? 1, breathe. Yeah. Breathe before meaning. Before interpreting anything, breathe. Okay? Because fear rushes in with an interpretation that may or may not apply to what's going on in the moment. Because what happens is our nervous system reacts before the wisdom shows up, right? So when overwhelm comes, put both of your feet on the floor, relax your jaw, pull those shoulders down from up around your ears, okay? Lengthen the exhale. Even 3 conscious breaths can interrupt the fear spiral. That's what we're after. Interrupt that fear spiral. Because the body must feel safe before the mind can access clarity. The second thing is to find your pebble. There are moments when we have pebble moments. And pebble moments are defined as tiny things that reconnect you to the present moment. So something like a cup of tea, listening to insects or birds outside of your window, watering your plants, touching a favorite stone, lighting incense, singing a certain song, or listening to a certain song, the weight of a pet against your leg, because fear really tries to yank us out of ourselves and pull us ahead into catastrophic futures. And pebbles, what they do is they bring us back to the present. It brings us back to now. And this is where spirit can actually meet us. Now let's talk about a third thing, and this is ritual as nervous system medicine. The modern world often treats ritual like performance. But honestly, ritual is more like regulation. And rituals remind the body of how it knows inherently how to return to itself. So things like morning prayer, maybe pulling a tarot or an oracle card, greeting the 4 directions, journaling, lighting a candle before work, speaking gratitude before meals. Man, even drinking coffee is and can be a ritual because that's how we greet the day. And I need you to understand that even though these acts may seem small, these repeated sacred acts, when done with intention, they teach our nervous system stability. And nervous system stability makes it easier for us to maintain a sense of safety. So you can rewind this recording at a later date if you want to, because I'm getting ready to give you some journal prompts that you might be able to sit with. So one of these things is, what part of you, what part of me fears change most deeply? Okay. What identity am I afraid of losing? What of my core skill sets is actually transferable? What thing did I learn through life that has served me well, and how can I apply it to the thing that I'm currently afraid of? Where has adaptation already saved my life? And what becomes possible when I stop confusing familiarity with safety? And perhaps the most important thing to consider, what if this transition I'm going through right now is not punishment, but it's initiation? So I believe that many people are standing at the thresholds right now. And thresholds are very notoriously uncomfortable places because you're no longer who you were, but you're not yet who you are becoming. And the Kero understand this liminal space deeply. In initiation work, there's usually a symbolic death before rebirth. And not a literal death, but a death of certainty, a death of identity, a death of old structure. And when you're looking at deaths of certainty, identity, and old structure, fear naturally rises there. But fear doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stop. Okay? Sometimes fear means you are standing at the edge of a monumental transformation. And this is where discernment comes in. Because not every fear is your intuition. Sometimes fear is simply unfamiliarity. And sometimes your nervous system calls something dangerous because it's new. But newness is not always danger. And sometimes newness is merely expansion arriving without familiar packaging. So I want to leave you with this today. You are not powerless in the face of change. You are adaptable. You are evolutionary. And you are more transferable than any role or any label that you have ever had. And Pachamama, Mother Earth, teaches us this. Everything in life transforms. And perhaps the real spiritual task is not learning how to avoid change, but learning how to remain in relationship with ourselves as the change occurs. To breathe when the landscape shifts. Okay? To stay curious when certainty dissolves. To remain connected even while fear grows loud. The Kero teach us how to walk in reciprocity with life itself. Not fighting the river, not collapsing inside the river, but learning how to move with sacred awareness. So, when fear arises, and it will, may you remember, you are not broken because the world is changing. Not broken at all. You're alive enough to feel it, and you're alive enough to evolve with it. And may we meet these changing times not with panic, but with presence. Thank you for being with me today, beloveds. Aho.
Thank you, Neil. Amazing as build. Jerry, thank you for always taking time to break it down for us so that we can really understand it. It makes a difference. Philip and Diego and the rest of the PL theatrical team, thank you for taking our crazy and making it real. We are so very grateful. If you need services in audio visual, see the gentleman at the website below. Past services are available at People of Diversity Facebook page, Facebook group, and the People of Diversity YouTube channel. After 30 days, Facebook nukes all the videos. So you have to go to YouTube if you want to go anything past the last few weeks. If you use the YouTube application, do it with your tablet or your computer. It is not as versatile to do the playlist. I mean, you can watch the last service, but to dig into the playlist, you really need to have a PC or a laptop to have the best experience. Second broadcast happens Sunday evening, 5:45, Facebook Live. It's a rebroadcast of the morning service.
We have started sending out a weekly newsletter.
She has.
It has the information on the past service, upcoming services, live events, vendors, special events, all sorts of good stuff, just general information about the pod. So if you would like to get that newsletter, send your email address to newwaypod@gmail.com, and we'll put you on the list and you will get it. Also, we have a program called Pod Plus, and that is the ability for people to set up a recurring tithe or donation, love offering, whatever you want to call it, monthly. Doesn't matter the amount. And that puts you in the Pod Plus group. We have discounts from vendors. We have, you get early access into some of our activities. You get discounts on paid activities, all those sorts of things. So, but the main reason is it just helps support the people of diversity and keep us going and give us a source of income that we can count on and not having to be guessed whether or not it's going to come in. So that's why we're doing Pod Plus. So check that out on the website, and if you feel so moved, join in. That's it.
Pod Live events. We do live events on the first and last Monday of every month at Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So, May 25th, we're doing a special Memorial Day event. Come and experience grief and gratitude united in spirituality. This will be a little bit emotional, but uplifting. Join us, and it's a love offering. Special event tomorrow night, not at the UU in Rockledge, but at We Are Cosmic Harmony in Merritt Island from 7 to 9. Miss Kim Ballou, again, that's tomorrow night, May 18th, Kim Ballou in concert at We Are Cosmic Harmony on Merritt Island. Come see us, hang out. It's a $20 suggested love offering. And the Joy Band has already picked up the sponsorship opportunity for this event. Come hang out. Join us.
Kim's awesome. If you haven't seen her, she's really good.
She's a Unity minister, a Posy Award winner, has an amazing life story, and is a motivational speaker all the way around. It's just an awesome human. Back to that sponsorship possibility. If you or your business want to sponsor one of our live events or one of the Monday night events at the UU, you're welcome to do that. Contact us at newwaypod@gmail.com and let Becky know, and we'll hand you the mic for a couple minutes before it starts, or you can remain anonymous, however you want to play.
And that the rent that we pay at the UU is $50. So that's a sponsorship. It's $50 to pay for the rent for one of our events. It's a good thing. So we are blessing the world's major religious movements, and there's 41 in the list that we are using. This week is Yoruba. There we go. Yoruba. And that is the largest indigenous African belief system in the world, with 50 million to 100 million followers worldwide, all over the place. Started in Africa. They believe in a supreme but distant creator that encompasses the whole universe. Sounds kind of familiar. So let's hold the Yoruba in our hearts and say these words together. May peace prevail in Yoruba. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you.
Tithes, offerings, donations can be made at www.pwd.org. POD, peopleofdiversity.org. You could also join Pod Plus at that address. Either way you play, we are very, very grateful. We close each service with a healing circle. If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world who needs love, healing, or support, put them in a circle with the folks who are trying to run the planet in a good way, and ourselves, and let's push love and light out into that circle. Don't forget to open up for yourself, and have an amazing week.
Thank you.
See you soon.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you.